There's not going to be any profanity on these networks. There's not going to be any violence. There's not going to be any sexual innuendo. Well, unless you consider the joining of a male and female pipe joint on some of our how-to shows, but it's G-rated. We didn't insult the audience. We tried to shoot above the mid-mark, and that's what you guys do every day. I learned that in radio, and I took it to TV.
Now, you just gave us this wonderful keynote speech for CRS. What was the most important point that you would hope people take away from it?
Well, I think just have the courage to follow your own convictions, because in this day and age, you know, we're all a little conservative because of just where the economy is and afraid to get out of our comfort zone. And in my opinion, you just never want to look back, no matter where you are in life, and say, gosh, I coulda, woulda, shoulda. Go ahead and do it. Take a risk, take a chance. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't turn out so great, but you will have the self-satisfaction of knowing you did take a chance and you did maybe reach and grab the brass ring. That's how success happens.
Well, I think that is wonderful advice. And as the CEO of Scripps Network and overseeing GAC, how important is it for GAC to have a presence at CRS?
Oh, extremely important. Now, we love CRS. I mean, this is the lifeblood of this business. It's no coincidence that you hear artists constantly thanking the radio stations and the radio personalities for playing their music. Now, we just always want to be a good partner because the country lifestyle is so critically important to us, both on what we do for a TV screen and on the radios. And we're partners with so many great radio stations around the country, so we'll always be here.
Well, great. That is wonderful to hear. And one of the things I did notice from your speech was change before you have to change, which is really, it's a wonderful piece of advice. What do you think the next big change is going to be that you foresee?
Well, I think, as I mentioned in my remarks, social media is going to continue to ramp up, especially the next generation. The young generation is going to more and more use that as tools to get media where they want it, when they want it. So we've got to be aware of mobile devices, we've got to be aware of GPS, we've got to be aware that our content can't be just on the television screen, it has to be where the audience is. So I think embracing social media, embracing technology, don't look at it as something that's an impediment or something that's scary as much as an opportunity.
What I'd like to do is just spend a few minutes this morning, our time together, talking about success and how we all, as media purveyors, can achieve it in an industry that absolutely never ceases to change. It is relentless. Fragmentation will never, ever stop. For me, it boils down to three key factors: innovation, engagement, and leadership. Innovation to propel our competitive advantage. Engagement to inspire and entertain our audiences. And leadership to take our businesses and our industry to the next level, to find the next big thing. Let's dig a little deeper. Let's start with number one, innovation. You know, Steve Jobs says it's innovation that distinguishes us from being leaders or followers. And former GE Chairman Jack Welch is a little more frank on his topic when he says, change before you have to. Now, of course, they're both right on point. Times change. People's interests change. The marketplace changes. Technology changes. So to maintain our competitive edge, we all have to remain in a constant state of change, adaptation, improvement. We cannot settle for the status quo.
What do you think would be the most important connection someone could make from attending CRS?
Well, I think the term networking, which of course now is taken on different contexts with technology, is still very important. It's important that we keep the human touch. You know, as technology has continued to ramp up, and we're laughing at jokes when we're the only person in the room because we're reading them off TV screens, I think it's absolutely imperative that we come together, still celebrate, still socialize, still talk about one-to-one or one-to-many or in groups, you know, not only about music but the country lifestyle. So to me, that's the one thing that's great about country. It'll always be there because we're very much a music of people, by the people, for the people, if I may use that term.